Right. I wanted to say a few things about the discussion boards. I told you I'd do this in the announcements. First of all, and I'll post this probably on this coming week's discussion board, week 5. Um, First thing I want to say though is that you guys are doing really good. I'm very pleased overall with the quality and the um, honesty and the uh, willingness to share and the depth and insight of what you guys are talking about. It's really great stuff, and I mean I love reading it. I I it's really is a pleasure. I mean, I read every single one of them. I read every single word. I read a lot of them twice. Um, just because I love to hear what you guys are thinking, and it's one of my favorite things about this whole job is getting to hear people react and think about the things that I find so interesting and compelling, such that I dedicated my life to it. And so I really enjoy the discussion boards, and I want you guys to keep it up. I really especially want to give you a couple of encouragements on specific things. I'm so impressed with how respectful everyone's being. Um, I've uh, I've seen some discussion boards get pretty nasty, and I mean sometimes things can get tense or heated, and that's okay. I mean, argument, debate, conflict, these are all part of education. But everyone has been really respectful, very encouraging, and I really like that. And there's even been some disagreement, not really amongst you all, but disagreement with things I've said. And I think I mentioned this in one of the lectures, but I like that. I encourage that. I mean, I think that we need to be challenging each other's ideas. And I think that it's okay to even do that amongst yourselves. Now, if that makes you uncomfortable, that's okay. But we need to. That's part of how you get to truth, is by reasoned debate about it. And education is about the pursuit of truth. And so I think that you could even do more of it. I don't mind. You're not going to get hurt in your grade for disagreeing with me, by the way. Please do not think that. No, not at all. I'd have to be a pretty petty person who doesn't really trust my own opinions very much if I were to take it out on you if you didn't agree with me. So that doesn't bother me at all. And when you're making these kinds of disagreements, it's good to make arguments. That's fun too, I think. I did want to tell you a couple of reminders about the content. So first of all, remember to be substantive. So some of these comments, and it's starting to dock you some points, is just saying things like, I agree, or yeah, I think that too. This is a good thing to think. Good insights or whatever. That's not really a comment. That's just, that's noting your agreement doesn't really add to the conversation necessarily. So, maybe ask a question. I think you could have more questions in your initial threads. And when people ask questions, I think it's good also for other people responding to try to answer them. I have seen a few instances where questions were asked and they just weren't really, dealt with. People just said things like, "Oh, that's good, I agree." And so no, like I think there can be a little bit more interaction, and I think that also don't just like review the material. So it seems like sometimes what you guys are putting up is kind of your notes from the lectures or readings. That's not bad, but have a little bit more commentary on that. Because I start to feel like you're not really adding to a discussion or trying to make a discussion. You're more just, regurgitating information, and that's not what the discussion boards are about. So some gentle critiques that I think will improve the discussions. And I'm going to be, now that I've told you this, understand I'll be looking for that. But I want to explain a little bit of my approach. So I've seen in online instructors who just leave the discussion boards alone, don't say anything. And then I've seen them get really interactive and really even arguing and stuff like that. I don't I mean, it's not that I won't get involved. And when there's questions, I try to answer them. But I feel like the discussion boards are better when it's for you guys. Sometimes I think, at least in my experience, when the instructor shows up, it kind of kills the conversation a little bit. And I don't want that. I continually want there to be a robustness and such. I mean, I feel like it's your intellectual space to mess with these ideas, disagree with them, add to them, ask questions about them. Um, but, if you do want me to weigh in, it's completely fine for you to ask what do I think about something. That's good too. In fact, Heather did that for the Nephilim, which I'm actually going to address in the demon, angels and demon bit that I'm going to do here after I'm done with this video. So yeah, my approach is more to let the conversation happen, and then I think you might have noticed that I bring up things about the conversation in the lectures, because I do the lectures weekly, and I want there to be a feeling of it's a very safe space, not a space where you're worried about me judging whether I think you're right or wrong, but rather I'm more looking at, are you engaging the material? And so I don't mean to make it look like I'm not involved or I don't care, because I do. I read them, and it's one of my favorite parts about this entire process, like I said. But I don't want to be an oppressive presence, I don't want to be weighing in and killing conversation. So that's kind of my approach. Hopefully that helps in the last half of this term, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more and reading more of what you guys have to say. So keep up the good work, and it's so awkward sometimes ending these videos. I gotta say, like, I don't know what, like, I don't want to be like, like, have a good day, bye. I mean, it's not like a phone call. Anyway, I don't know that I should share that little bit of angst with you, but I did. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video.